Monday morning, everybody. It is January the 6th, and I'm Chris Allen here on the Sam Channel. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and X, all sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. Yeah, so we've got a chilly morning. The winter storm warning continues. We've got some very cold temperatures, and I can even show you a little bit of snow that's starting to come in to the area. So we are not done. We're not done with this winter storm. There's still a little piece to go here as we go through the day, and then the very cold temperatures that are going to take over. And it's already cold this morning. I mean, look at the Kentucky Mesonet network here as of 7:37 this morning. Temperatures are in the 20s. We've got 28s here in Bowling Green and over in Morgantown, Butler County, 26 in Russellville. We've got 30 in Munfordville, 30 in Edmonton, 28 down in Scottsville. Look at the colder 24, though, back toward Hopkinsville. And this is some of the colder air that's starting to move in now on the backside of that low pressure system. If you've been watching my updates, you know, I described to you how the low pressure system is going to come through and bring the winds up. The winds have certainly picked up from where they were yesterday. Look at this. A north wind now that is sustained at 10 to 15 miles per hour in some cases. Let's check the wind gusts. And here you see some 20 to 25, even close to 30 miles per hour. And that is going to produce a pretty good wind chill. Let's see if I can, here we go. Wind chill. Yeah, it makes it feel like it's in the teens, even here in Bowling Green. Feels like it's 15 or 18, depending on where you are. These are the wind chill factors, or how cold the wind makes it feel against your body. So you'll need to dress for the teens if you're expecting to go out. And that's just, that's crazy cold. But get used to it. This is going to be around for a while. And then you see I've turned on the radar layer here from the Kentucky Mesonet network, and we're going to start to see this is actually snow. It looks like rain, but they don't have this switched over to what we call winter mode. So it looks like rain, but this is all snow that's coming down. Snow and 24 in Henderson, Kentucky. That's right on the Ohio River, just a little southwest of Evansville and a little northwest of Owensboro. So here it comes, and it's coming our direction. So it may not be snowing now where you are, but it's going to start snowing very shortly. As a matter of fact, let's take a look outside. This is live from the Plano Cam right outside my studio window here at home. And you can just look and see that it's, that's bad. It's bad. That wind cut you like a knife, cut you like a Bryan Adams CD. Get it? Cut you like a knife. Well, I'm sure somebody got it. But anyway, the wind is stiff, and it's going to be that way all day. And then the snow flurries and snow showers may add maybe an inch to or more, actually, to anything that's out there. So whatever you have on the ground now is going to stay. It's going to freeze. It's going to stay frozen. And then snow on top of it is just going to make matters worse. Okay, let's move on to the next. Here's radar. This is my radar. Here we go. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay. I just hit the wrong button there for just a second. So here's a look at the radar and the way it looks, and I can show you the snow coming in. Computer's running kind of slow this morning. I guess it's cold too. Yeah, everything's moving kind of slow because it's just one of those mornings. But you can see the blue there on the screen. That is snow. Here's Bowling Green where the snow is making a beeline toward the area. In fact, there's already, as you can see, a little bit showing up here in between the Doppler radar sites. Let me go to the one that's over in Hopkinsville. And yeah, look at this. That's a pretty good area of snow that's moving in. Let me put it into motion so you can see how it's moving. But it's coming our way. In fact, there's heavier snow up there toward Calhoun, Livermore, Hartford, Beaver Dam in Ohio County. You can see it just gathering there. Sometimes Doppler radar has a hard time really picking up on some of the lighter snow, but some of this, like I showed you up around Henderson, Owensboro, Evansville, it's coming down pretty good. Now they will likely get more than we will here in Bowling Green in southern Kentucky, but snow's coming. And it's going to be right on top of whatever icy mess you have laying in your yard or your driveway or on your vehicles right now. And then as the temperatures get down to about 18, yes, you heard me right, 18, let me see if I can draw this, 18 to 9. Look at that. I did pretty good. 18. It's just going to make matters worse. And I know some of you lost power yesterday. I lost power right in the middle of doing one of these updates. Power went out, stayed off for about 2 hours. Thankfully, the line workers got us back up. Wasn't too bad. We didn't get too cold. Thank you. Thank you, line workers, everybody that's out there fighting all of this stuff. Yeah. I mean, what a great job. They got everybody back on. But there are still some outages, and there's going to be more. This wind does not help. Whatever's frozen on the trees out there is a problem. So that's going to make maybe some more tree branches come down, some more power lines come down. Hopefully that won't be the case where you are. But just be prepared. We're not done with this yet. We still got a little ways to go. But it'll soon be out of here, and then we can move on. Okay, now let's move on to the maps. Here's a look at the mess that is the winter storm right now. And you can see the area of low pressure here to the east. It's over about Pikeville this morning, and then all the snow that's on the back side. We call this the deformation zone. This is the moisture that is whipping around counterclockwise to the area of low pressure. And it's still, all of this still has to come around into Bowling Green, southern Kentucky. So all the mixy stuff has now moved away further north and east away from us. And it's going to continue to move away. Here is this afternoon, about noontime, we'll begin to see an end to all the precipitation as the system moves away. Here we go into Monday afternoon or evening. That's today. You'll see there could be some fog, it looks like, may form over in parts of eastern Kentucky in wake of the snow that's coming in. And that has to do with just temperature differences that will cause that fog, maybe tonight, early tomorrow morning. Here we go into midnight and the beginning of your Tuesday. High pressure takes over. The sun will come out, but it'll be a mix of clouds and sunshine and very cold. We're only going to make it up to near 30 tomorrow for your Tuesday, and then drop back down into the teens tomorrow night. Here's 6 o'clock tomorrow night, Tuesday night. Wednesday, we go back to a mostly sunny 27. And then maybe close to 10 or 11 for an overnight low, reinforcing polar high pressure, going to keep us in the frigid air. Actually, the freezer is more like it. Thursday morning, we could be waking up to some single-digit lows across the area as that high pressure begins to build in a little bit more. Now, this is Thursday morning. Let's go to Thursday evening into Friday morning, and what's this? Well, let me back it up one. If you haven't heard, I talked about this yesterday, but this high pressure is actually going to work clockwise. The winds swirl around high pressure. High pressure is going to dig down, bring up some Gulf moisture, and there's a system further south in Texas that is going to lift northward as the high pressure moves away. And by Friday, here comes another winter storm. This time, we're going to be in the very established cold air, and there won't be any mixy stuff like we've had this time. None of that nasty freezing rain, sleet. This will be all snow as we go into Friday morning, Friday afternoon and evening. It's a pretty fast moving system, as you can see. Here's Saturday morning. The snow will come to an end. Skies will begin to clear, and actually temperatures will warm up just a bit as we get into Sunday and maybe even above freezing. But here comes another cold front that is due in here as we get into Monday. But you can see it moves pretty fast. I don't see anything really coming from that one. There's another one that's off to the north that may come in for Tuesday of next week, and depending on temperature, may bring rain or snow. But I can tell you these temperatures are not going to be in a hurry to moderate all that much. Let me show you. Here's a look at the blend of models, the model blender. It's been a while since I've shown this, but here it comes. And this is where you don't just take one model like you see on social media. Most of what you see are these armchair weather people that they want to get the clicks and the likes and the shares, and they'll just put out that one model out of dozens and dozens of models and say, look what's coming. And most of the time it's not correct. I'm going to show you a blend of models. This is where we take the best of the models, the more accurate models, and average them out like putting them in a blender. This is the outcome. And by this, you're going to get a pretty good idea of what's coming. So here we go. Look at this. The next few days, nothing above freezing. 32, 32, 28, 29, maybe Friday, 33. Then we see a little moderation as we get past that next snow system coming in for Friday. For the weekend, we may moderate, as I mentioned, into the mid-30s, possibly upper 30s, but then we go right back down into the low 30s. We're not getting out of the 30s at all for the next 10 days. Deep freeze. Look at the lows. Teens, and as I mentioned, Thursday morning, there it is, 11, maybe single digits when you wake up Thursday morning. It's possible. 8, 9, maybe 10 or 11 for a low, depending on where you are and how much snowpack you have. Now, a lot of these numbers will not be valid in that if you've got a snowpack, if you've got several inches of snow at your house, from what you picked up yesterday and what you'll pick up in addition today, those numbers will be even colder. And I've got to tell you, I've already heard this morning of some frozen pipe issues just north of here, like a water main break and all that. Well, you know what's going to happen with all that water? Yeah, right. I heard somebody say it's going to freeze. Whew. So I am hoping that you heeded the message that we were all trying to get to you before the storm hit, that you secured your pipes, your faucets, you took care of all of that. You had your heating, backup, alternatives. You just had it all planned out, and you're prepared. If your power still goes out, I mean, it's still a possibility that power could still go out. Hopefully you have taken all the steps necessary. Hopefully we've helped you prepare for that possibility. No one can escape this winter storm. There's nothing you can do to change it or to make it warmer or to keep your lights from going off or keeping a pipe from bursting. You can do what you can to keep it, to make those preparations as best you can. And you just cross your fingers and your toes and you pray and you hope that none of that happens. But it does happen. And it's just been a long time since we in Southern Kentucky have had to deal with something of this magnitude. But it's here and it's going to stick around. Very little improvement is going to happen this week. I can tell you that. In the meantime, stay with News 40. Download our app. If you haven't already, a bunch of folks did yesterday when all this stuff was going on. And then I'll be back this evening at 5, 6, and 10 on News 40 WNKY with your local weather. In the meantime, be careful out there. God bless you, and thank you for watching.